Hey guys, hope you're all doing good and wish you all a very happy new year 2022. So, this is going to be our first video for the year 2022. And so, in this video, we wanted to show you how you can set up a node using the Docker way of installation. So, we already have like 2 or 3 ways of installation, like couple of ways using the script. And yeah, this is going to be the like simplest way what we feel is using the Docker way of installation. So if you can go to docs.plugin.co, you can see here the header like how to install the plugin node. And if you expand it, so you can see the Docker method. So this is what we are going to like showcase you today. And for setting up this, so we prefer you to have the Ubuntu version 20.04. For our demo, we are using a AWS EC2 instance. So it's going to be a fresh instance without any softwares pre-installed so that we can show you like step by step. And yeah, one cool thing is like we're just going to follow this document as it is so that we can see like if there are any issues which will be encountering so that we can inform you accordingly. But hopefully this is going to be work perfectly. So this is going to be a short video for phase one, and for phase two on setting up external initiator, we'll be having separate videos. So just to start with, so we have this Linux terminal open. This is a AWS instance. This is what you need for this node setup. So once you go to Docker phase one, so this is going to be a first step you're going to perform. Just copy this and paste it here. So what this is going to do basically is this is going to clone this branch from the GitHub repo and it's going to navigate inside the plugin deployment directory. So you can see it here. It's already inside the plugin deployment directory. And this is going to be the next step. So once you clone the directory, so you can see here we have like couple of env files and you have a couple of these env files are hidden because this contains a password, and these two are the configuration files, the plugin.env and ee.env. These two contain the environment variables which are required to run the plugin node, and this is the environment file which contains the variables to run the external initiator. So let me just quickly open this and show you what this contains. So this contains a set of predefined parameters like the chain ID and the WebSocket URL. So you're not going to touch this part at all. So and what you're exactly going to try now using this command is basically you want to set up the Postgres password. So you are going to set up the Postgres database on the host system, and this is going to be the password you will be using. So what I'm going to do, so just paste it here, and what you're going to change is only this part, the part where it's mentioned as your password. So for this demo, I would like to go with the same password. So there is no need to basically replace and use this command as the environment file is already having this password. But yeah, just to showcase the use of this command, so I have just replaced with this. And if you see, still it's going to be the same password here, and it's going to be the same password in the ee.env. Okay, done. So next step, what we are going to do, so you can just go through these explanations like what are the parameters inside there, but we are not going to touch this. And this is going to be next step. So what we are trying to do using the Docker way is like, let me tell you a quick difference between the previous way of installations using script. What you do in script is like you have a host PC, host system, like where you have to install the Docker, you have to install the external initiator. So before doing this, you have to install all the dependent modules like the npm or a pm2 or like go. So all those are to be done manually on the host system, and there are a lot of dependency issues. One good thing with the Docker is like you're not going to face any of these issues here because it's going to be run inside a containerized environment. And only the database is going to be on the host system, and whatever you're going to run, be it the node or the external initiator, it's all going to run inside the container. So which reduces a lot of dependency. And so you're going to install only the Postgres database on the host system, and this is the command to do it. So it's going to just take a few seconds. Okay, here we are already replacing the password inside the Postgres install.bash. So this basically uses the same password to set up the Postgres database. Here in our case, it is plugin 1234, and it uses the same password in the env file as well as in the in both of the env files basically. So yeah, here you have, basically you can see there is a create database command which has been executed, and you have created two databases here. So this is one of the database plugin underscore db and plugin underscore ei. So this is going to be the database we will be using inside the plugin.env and ei.env. You can see it plugin underscore mainnet. Don't get confused with this because this is just a console what we have given here. So if you just go here, scroll it down, you can see here we are creating actually two databases, but it's just this console message which got printed over there. So just don't get confused by the message. So we have it now, the Postgres install. So the next step you're going to do is this. There is no need to change any of these things. This is basically, this command allows the container to talk to your Postgres database, which is running on the host machine. And these are some of the permissions you need to provide for the Postgres database. Basically, all these commands mean you are allowing your Docker container to talk to your Postgres database, which is running on the host system. Okay, so we have this Postgres now up and running, and this is the step you have to follow when you don't have the Docker installed on your machine. Just copy paste this command, nothing else needs to be done in specific. So once you have this, so you can type docker version command. You will see all of these things have been already installed. So the next command you need to run is docker pull go plugin node v1. So I'm not going to do this because we already have this image. So I'm just jumping into this command, sudo docker images. So I have a lot of images which we have built it before, but the only image we need to focus on is this go plugin node v1. Just make sure you're taking this image ID. So you have to use the image ID where you can see this v1. Don't use the latest or the any other versions of images you have. So, but we suggest you to clear all the images before you do this step, and you have to use this image ID. So what we are going to do next is, so if you want to change your credentials, okay, here you go. So basically, so you have two env files as we discussed, right? So this is going to be API cred env file, and the other env file is going to be a password. So this is the password. You're not going to use it anywhere, but this is used while you start your node. Basically, if you start your node without this operation, it will basically ask for a key store password. Maybe if you would have tried the script way of installation before, you are well aware of it. So this is going to be the key store password, which you have to enter manually. But we have in order to simplify the process, we have given it here. And this is going to be the email ID and password, which you will be using to log into your plugin node UI dashboard. Basically, this. So don't get confused. This is already open because I tried to run it before and I stopped the process, but I didn't refresh it. So you can still see this page. So this is going to be your plugin node UI, which you are going to log in with this username and password. Okay. So having said that, so if you want to modify it, you can update this files, these two files, but in this demo, we are not going to touch it. We're just going to use it as is. And here's the next command. So this command, we have to replace a couple of things. One is the image ID. Just remove this image ID and copy this one. Just again, I'm stressing like you have to use the image ID where it's mentioned plugin node and the tag should be v1. And absolute path of your plugin deployment directory. This is nothing but just enter pwd here. You will see like where you have cloned and you have your plugin directory. Just put it over there and start. Okay. So here in our case, sudo docker ps-a. Okay. So you can see already there are a couple of the port is used by another process. I didn't actually kill it before. Yeah, but anyways, it's good. Like you can get to know the command to kill the process. X args. So basically use this command to stop your containers and remove your containers. So see it, you can see it here. Okay, there are nothing is running now. Okay, now go ahead, enter this command. You can see the container is up and running. Just you have to jump it to the next command. This is what we did before. This is the step we already done to get the container ID, and I have already restarted the Postgres. And here is the last command you need to enter to start the node. Okay, so we have it here. You're not going to touch anything in this command. So just go here. So then copy your container ID and paste it over here, enter. So we are done. So what this command actually does, it's logging into the container and it's executing these two commands. And basically this is the command which will start your node, and this will use your here. This command will use this env password as a key store password and API cred as the email ID and login password for this UI. Okay, you can check the logs. So if you see here, you can use this command, and whatever command you want to execute inside the container, you can just use this command. So in our case, we are going to see the logs. So this command will log into this container and execute /profile to set the environment variables, and it will run the pm2 log 0 command. So here you go. So you can see it is running without any errors. So the next step you're going to do is go ahead and log in to this URL. So this is without HTTPS. So we'll be covering that in a separate video. And you enter this password. Here you go. So you have your plugin node up and running within minutes. So you can see the jobs. You can create a jobs here. You can see the run jobs here. You see a transaction. You can see the keys. Okay, as we are in the keys page, so this is going to be your node address. So this is going to be a node address. Okay, that's it. So as you can see, we just follow this article as simple as like copy paste, and we are able to set up our node. So hopefully you will be able to follow this, and yeah, we hope you will be able to set up this way of installation using the Docker, and you can set up the node in an easy way. But still, if you face any issues, like our team is available on Discord, the developer team, and we are there help too. We are there to help you in case of any issues. So we'll have another video where you can see the demo of the phase 2, and followed by another video for external initiator setup. So please wait for it, and yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.